Hey everyone, welcome to the High Priestess Demari channel and to another collective reading. I hope you guys are doing very well. So we're just going to dive in and see what you need to know without any further delay. All right, so you have the Six of Pentacles, okay? Six of Pentacles energy. Tell me more for the collective. The Fool card. The Ace of Pentacles, very nice. And one more. The King of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck you have the Temperance card. Very nice. Okay. So it does look like a lot is balancing out in your life currently, especially when it comes to the 3D, the tangible. Alright. So again, there's been a strong emphasis on like giving and receiving. Okay. So I feel like that's something that you feel like is maybe starting to take effect in your life, or you will, okay? If you don't feel like there is much reciprocation taking place right now, that's about to change. I can tell you that now, okay? So a lot of it is dependent on the seeds you've planted, okay? What you've sown. It is definitely like a season of reaping, okay, based on your output, your efforts, your energy. All right, so if you know you've planted good seeds, you've been sending out good energy, positivity, if you've been nurturing something high vibrational, right, something that is fruitful, then that's exactly what you're going to get out of the situation. Okay, so there is a strong energy of reciprocity here. Okay, so with this full energy, it's like you are essentially about to make a fundamental change here, okay? Because of the shifting of the tides, a shift in energy, because there is that energy of reciprocity, okay? Maybe even an opportunity or a resource being given, you're taking it by the looks of it, okay? You may have someone here trying to give you a heads up or try to convince you not to take this opportunity, right? Or not to accept something here, but I feel like you have already made your mind up, okay? Especially with the Ace of Pentacles being here, you're taking it, all right? So with that King of Wands energy, this could be you, okay? This could be you going for it, especially because we have the Fool here, okay? It's like Aries energy. So yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, especially given that Saturn is moving back and forth between Pisces and Aries. So yeah, I feel like you are ready to essentially be bold, be brave, okay? Take a leap towards something new here, something fundamental that is going to have a significant impact on your life, especially in the months and years to come, okay? So this isn't a small decision by any means, but you're not flippantly making this choice, right? You've already thought it through, you've already planned, you've already prepared, you've been waiting for this moment, right? And so that's why I feel like even though there may be a specific person or someone trying to convince you that, you know, maybe you shouldn't take this leap of faith, you're going for it, okay? So, and you feel pretty positive about it as well. King of Wands energy, it's like you have a fire in your belly, you feel confident, determined, you're focused, okay? You're ready to just get stuck in, get started, okay? Which is awesome. Yeah, and we have the Temperance energy here as well, Sagittarian energy. So a lot of fire, right? A lot of earth and fire here. So definitely if you resonate with this, you know, you have essentially been focused on healing, recharging, recuperating, balancing your energy out, okay? Releasing, okay? And maybe, you know, your priority has been on peace and harmony and restoring balance in your life, okay? And I definitely feel like you've been working with the divine to do that, which is why I feel like when it comes to how you're viewing things, you feel like you're very much prepared and ready to take this first step into this new timeline or to explore this new life that you're carving out for yourself, okay? But it definitely feels like the turning of the page, right? A brand new chapter here. So, and it's definitely being supported by the divine. Yes, I mean, for some of you, you could be going into some kind of partnership here, right? With the Two of Cups and the King of Pentacles. All right, so this could be a collaboration of sorts, especially all this Pentacle energy, right? So it's interesting because in our previous reading, we talked about how a relationship or a business partnership, a friendship, family dynamic is coming to an end. And then look, we have the energy of something new being forged here, right? Possibly a new commitment, a new business partnership, a new relationship, right? Or solidifying a connection with a relative, okay? So again, like I said in a previous reading, a lot of you guys are experiencing both sides of the coin, right? So you're releasing that which is toxic, that which weighs you down, or that robs you of your joy, your peace, your happiness, your stability, and focusing on that where it's being strengthened, okay? So the new opportunities, the new connections, or strengthening bonds with people who you know you can truly build with, people you can truly network with, that you can collaborate with, that you can support and be supported by, right? Where there's genuine reciprocity. Like, I can't stress how much this is emphasized right now by the divine, to lean into the energies of reciprocity. There needs to be symbiosis in all things, right? So if that's a dynamic that's not playing out in your life, then that's something that definitely calls for your attention, right? To be looked at, to be revised, to be revisited, possibly where, like I say, boundaries need to be renegotiated, right? But in other instances, this looks very positive, okay? So you're already looking like you're in a pretty strong position. Like I say, you've been doing the groundwork. It's not like you just woke up and decided to change your whole life overnight. You've been consistently making these changes, which is why you're in a very blessed and abundant energy. But now I feel like you have someone that may be coming into the picture that can help you get to the next level, or is inviting you in on an opportunity, to work with them, to receive mentorship from them, right? An investment, support that's going to help you reach new heights here, okay? But it definitely feels like it's something that's connected to a legacy, generational wealth, okay? Yeah, so if there is something you're wanting to create for yourself, establish for yourself, especially in the form of like a business, or to partner in some kind of business venture, okay, there is something coming up where you'll be able to do that if this is something new that you're open to exploring. Yeah, and I do feel like it's something you would excel at as well, okay? So if you know you want to create a business for yourself, or there's something you've been wanting to do, but maybe you feel like, you need a bit of support, or you need to delegate certain aspects of that to another, the support is coming, okay? Like the cavalry has arrived, the cavalry has arrived. So you're not having to do this alone, right? So I'm telling you, whatever you need to get this off the ground, to get started, to take things to the next level, it's happening, it's coming, right? And your opportunity is fast approaching. So this is very, very good. So as long as you keep applying yourself, you maintain this positive outlook approach, keep working from a place of determination, will, focus, discipline, okay? Especially confidence. Confidence is key here, right? I'm telling you, you are going to succeed. Yeah, exactly. That's why the Eight of Swords is coming up, to just let you know that your fears are unfounded, okay? That any fears that may come up regarding this, you don't need to even concern yourself about. Yeah, exactly. Because you may have attempted in the past and maybe it didn't work out, or it wasn't the right time, you didn't have the resources, you didn't have the support. Whatever it is, you're going to receive that. Sorry about that. I literally just had a delivery. So talk about timing, right? Feel like that's right on cue with the message. But yeah, I'm telling you, like, whatever didn't work out in the past, don't let that stop you from feeling like you can make this happen, or you can accomplish whatever it is you're setting out to do, okay? Because you can. All right? You can. So don't let a past perceived failure or a past situation that went awry stop you from believing that you can have success in this new venture, right? Because I definitely see that you can. Exactly. You're moving away from those times, okay? You're moving to calmer waters. And like I say, it's not like you haven't been doing your part. You have, right? You have been proactively doing your part to improve your circumstances. Yeah. You've been very proactive in making a change here, right? So don't feel like, what happened in the past is reflective of what's going to occur in the future. No, because I feel like you've learned a lot from that experience, right? And perhaps you yourself at that time wasn't in the best mindset when you approached it the last time. Maybe there was some kind of negative influence in your life as well. Again, could be someone trying to speak fear into you when it comes to establishing something here, all right? Again, that's where boundaries are going to be required, because there's no reason why you can't make this a success, right? Especially that Six of Wands there with the Knight of Wands, okay? As long as you keep applying yourself, okay? You keep putting forth the effort and you stay focused, you can make it happen. Things are already improving significantly from where you were at when you first tried this, when you first attempted something here, whatever that was for you, okay? I just feel like there was some variables at play at that time that prevented you from being able to do it, right? It just wasn't the right time. I don't think you had the right influences in your life at that time as well. And I think your own mindset was a lot more negative than it is now, from what I can see here with the Eight of Swords, right? So, yeah, I just feel like the fact that you are sort of drawing a line in the sand, moving forward, looking to have a fresh start, okay? Maybe even limiting your interactions with people that you know try to psych you out of making certain life choices, especially where you're trying to make improvements, okay? Certain changes. Yeah, I feel like all of these things are going to help and make it easier for you to release and to stay focused on the task at hand, right? Amazing. So anything else before we wrap up? Empress energy. Yeah, interesting. And the Five of Wands. So again, right, because we saw like that cat, we see Tamaret here with like Sobek energy, a crocodile on her head. This is a mother goddess, okay? For some of you, this could be either like a parental figure, a mother figure, someone you look up to. This could even be like a grandmother, a mother, an aunt, okay? A stepmother, or even an older sibling, but just someone you feel like has a lot of influence in your life, right? And with you showing up as the King of Wands and them showing up as the Empress, there could be an age difference, right? So this could be, like I say, a parental figure, because the way it comes through, it's almost like maybe an overbearing or overprotective parent, right? Maybe afraid of all the things that can go wrong rather than focusing on what can go right and encouraging you. So you may have had a falling out here with a parental figure. Yeah, exactly. It could have been pretty bad, to be fair, to the point where your whole relationship has broken down. Yeah. I don't think you're happy about this, of course. I don't think you wanted this to go this way, right? But just know that it can change, right? But regardless, you can't force this person to change or for them to show you the support that you needed. But what you can do is use this as an opportunity to pour all that energy into yourself and your vision here, okay? Like, it's such a waste of energy and time to go back and forth with this person when you can pour that energy into you, okay? Pour it into whatever it is you're trying to grow or build or nurture or attract, right? Because ultimately, if this person's not willing to budge or they're not willing to show you the support and is going to keep trying to convince you or fight you on the subject, then there's no point. There's no point in even engaging in the conversation. You might as well just leave it where it lies, okay? Yeah. Okay. The thing is, though, it does look like you've had ongoing disputes with this person, and I don't know how old they are. They could be a lot older in age, and you may be a little bit concerned that you won't be able to resolve these things before this person, you know, transitions. But either way, you know, it has to be coming from both sides, right? It can't just be one person looking to make the effort and the other person still, you know, being stubborn and unwilling to compromise, right? So you can only do what you can do at the end of the day. But who knows? Who's to say that you won't be able to have a conversation and it not turn into an argument? But I just think right now You just kind of need to leave it where it lies, okay? And focus on the task at hand, because things are fundamentally changing for you, okay? Everything is balancing out accordingly. Again, yes, King of Cups energy, right? So it's time for you to pour into self, because like I say, there could have been a very nasty blow up between you and possibly like a mother or grandmother, like a parental figure here, right? So it's going to be really important that you nurture yourself, show kindness to yourself, compassion, focus on healing and processing your emotions. Yeah, exactly. Big emphasis on self-love right now, okay? Because, yeah, whatever this situation was, it ended very nastily. I can see that with the Ten of Swords, you know. I do think some things were said that should have never been said, and I'm sorry if you experienced that. It's unfortunate when the people closest to you don't show you the support and love, right, that you deserve, but it's time for you to give that to yourself, okay? You are a light in this world, my friend, okay? The star and the sun, right? And that's something I feel like you're coming to discover about yourself more and more and more, regardless of whether or not other people see it, okay? Family members, partners, whatever the case may be, friends, right? You have to recognize your own light within. You cannot seek that validation outside of self, because you're always going to be disappointed, or your feelings of self-worth or value is always going to be undermined by the people who don't necessarily give that to you, okay? So you have to find that within. That's what you're being encouraged to do at this time, is to focus on introspection, soul searching, okay? Healing as well. Big emphasis on healing and finding your inner light, your inner spark once again, because when you're lit up, when you're operating from your light, like, you shine brightly. You really do, you know? It's just, unfortunately, not everyone has recognized it, and not everyone has nurtured it or supported it in the way that they, you know, could have, right? So, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they do, right? So you need to focus on how you can show up for yourself, right? Get back into that energy and shine your light on the world. Yeah. So, but it's important for you to feel that and experience that for you, okay? And then from there, you can shine that and share that outwards, right? But it has to start with you. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do that, okay? So definitely take some time out for yourself to focus on healing, okay? That's going to be really, really important. But just know, yeah, it keeps coming up. There's going to be an opportunity for partnership here, okay, where you can make a serious investment. And I do see it being very successful, very fruitful. Exactly. Your ships are coming in, all right? So I'm really sorry that you may have navigated a very difficult, painful situation recently, okay? Yeah, very toxic situation, especially if you're dealing with, like, unsupportive relatives, you know, things of that nature. But I'm telling you, your ship is coming in, and I think you're just going to leave all of this behind you anyway, you know, and where you're headed, it looks very, very positive. And best believe, you know how it is, when they see you thriving, flourishing, absolutely glowing, happy, that's when they're going to want to be a part of it, right? They didn't support you getting there, but they'll want to be part of your story once you've arrived. I promise you. I'm telling you, that's exactly what will happen, right? That once you're established, you're happy, okay? You've cemented your foundation, okay? And you've carved out a life of your dreams. Yeah, they're gonna want to be part of that. But at the end of the day, you get to decide who has access to you, given that they didn't show you the support that you needed when you needed it most, okay? So only you can determine what kind of access those people should have to you at that point. But you definitely got support, my friend, okay? You are not an island by any means. You are not doing this alone, okay? Assistance is coming, okay? But it does look like someone here. It could be a friend. It could be someone you previously worked with, okay? Someone who is possibly been researching, planning, preparing to create something, to start something, or to build upon something. They may want you to be a part of it, okay? Or they're aware of your vision, your idea, what you've been working on, and they want to support that, okay? They believe in you. That's the thing. They believe in you. They believe in your vision. They believe in what it is you have to offer, right? With the Seven of Pentacles. So someone wants to invest, okay? It does look that way. Again, the Lovers, okay? It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be. But for a lot of you, this is something like business related, work related, networking, investors, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, King of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, right? There's a lot of support coming in, all right? So you've got a lot to look forward to. Don't let anyone who hasn't supported you derail you or psych you out of a good thing here, okay? Because I'm telling you, this opportunity is fast approaching from the time of you watching this. So stay focused on the task at hand. You know, set the necessary boundaries accordingly. And just know things are about to get amazing for you, okay? So guys, I hope this helped whoever needed this. Thank you so much for checking this reading out. If you found it beneficial, make sure you interact. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if this resonated for you, right? What aspects of it. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notifications bell, click all so you don't miss any of your readings. And guys, I will be back with more readings very, very soon. So take care and I'll chat to you later. Bye.